Hello, class.
So today's lesson is on Vietnamese Americans, as it always is, but specifically Vietnamese American college youths who have decided to defy their Asian stereotypes.
So, first, we'll focus on two individuals who have decided to pursue dancing despite harsh judgments. And lastly, we'll focus on another student who decided to defy her parents' desires of her pursuing biology to change her major to design.
So let's hear their thoughts on their momentous decisions.
My name is Andy Pham.
I'm Kevin Lee.
I am full Vietnamese.
I am half Taiwanese and half Vietnamese.
The music that I dance to, it sort of gets my blood rising and I want to move to it. And so dancing is just a sort of outlet for that. Also, partially because of just stress relief and stuff like that.
I like dancing because it's a great art form.
For me, it's usually about 4 days a week, 2 hours each day, around that time. So like 8 hours a week. My dad's been telling me just to go out just like only 1 hour a week and stuff like that. And I've been sort of lying to him and saying I have been just so that he just stays content.
My parents don't really ask.
If it doesn't make money, then it's not something that would be supported.
My mom found out I was dancing. She was actually really excited. My mom's the Chinese side. My dad really wasn't really into my whole life that much. So it was just really my mom and myself and my sister.
I'd say my greatest supporter would have to be one of my cousins because he's a little bit more open-minded as to like a person's like what they like to do and their passion. He's not just focused. He doesn't come from the same, I guess, environment as my parents do, so he can see a lot better than they can. Yes.
I have to say my friends because most of my family is pretty indifferent on my whole dancing aspect. So most of my friends are dancers, so of course they would support me. So.
No, it's because he's the one who's been mentoring me ever since I got to college. He's been taking me through the steps, and he hasn't really. I like my parents who've been pushing me towards either being an engineer or a doctor or the generic roles. He's sort of like do what you want and do what makes you happy, and he sort of gave me resources and opportunities to pursue whatever I want, even if it is dancing.
My name is Linda Tran, and I am a Vietnamese American. Coming into college, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I mean, I've had a lot of ideas, but I wasn't set on one idea at all. And so, this biology major that my parents have always wanted me to do felt like it was more secure. And, if I was just going to pick a random major, I might as well go into this one where they were, aiming for me to come into this major. And I felt, okay, why not? When you're young to when you're older, there's this common acknowledgement or common goal for your child to either become a very successful professional, whether it be in the medical field, in law, or in anything else. They want you to be successful, as my parents were immigrants, and so they didn't have the opportunities educationally or living like I did, and so they wanted me to be able to provide for myself and to be successful in whatever profession I chose. So when I changed my major, it was a really big break from what my family wanted for me to do, and they were unsure of whether I was able to provide for myself in the future, or if I was able to get a job where I could live comfortably. Actually, I didn't tell them about my major switching until a few months after I did it. I was a bit scared to let them know because they've been set on this major for all their lives. She's gonna go into biology, she's gonna do this. But once I did tell them, I was actually really surprised that my dad was really supportive, and my mom, she questioned it at first, but it was only because she was worried about was it something I really wanted to do and if it was something I was sure of doing. But she was supportive in the end. It was more of an internal obstacles, was this something I really wanted to do? Was this just a spur of the moment? Or it was more would I succeed in the new major that I switched into? Because I switched into a completely different subject. I switched into managerial economics and design. And design has always been a passion of mine. And I was I don't know if I'm ready to commit to something like this and if my family would accept it. But I'm really glad I did. I am absolutely loving my classes that I'm taking. I love the econ part and I love the design part. There's so many projects and there's like so much homework and catching up to do because I switched a little late. But I've never been happier that I've switched over.
As you can see, every Vietnamese American has different experiences and not everyone is the same. It is not always easy straying away from the doctor, engineer, lawyer, chess club stereotype, but these individuals have decided to pursue their true passions.
Here are some questions that you may think about after watching the video. What did the interviewees have in common and what did they not have in common? And in your own life, have you ever experienced conflicting thoughts of what seemed appropriate to your community and or family and what you personally believe in?